Hi, I'm Jate with spiritsvessel.com and the Spirits Vessel YouTube channel, and I'm doing the weekly reading for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. And if you're cross-watching for Leo in your life, this is a good place to get some insight into what they're going through. I don't know why. Well, first of all, full disclaimer, I have a Leo Moon and a Leo Rising, so personally, I've been feeling very spacey, very sluggish all day, and now while I'm tuning in to do this reading, I'm like so freaking giggly and I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that's happening. Um, this week is very potent. Okay, we have a full moon in Aquarius, so if you have any Leo in your chart, whether it's your rising or your moon or your sun or your Venus, if it's around 22, 21 degrees, it's going to be in direct opposition to the moon. So what does that mean? So relationship issues are going to be highlighted. So if there's any sort of underlining tension or underlining feeling surfacing, just go with it. Full moons bring up, they can bring up hidden things. Really, you just get really clear. You get really clear on issues involving relationships. If the full moon is in your opposing sign, which it is. So what's going on right now? We're in Leo season. Leo is all about the self. The Leo is ruled by the sun, the center of the solar system. Everything revolves around the sun. That's why Leos, they're known for giving off warmth. They're known for their enthusiasm, and they're known for their childlike qualities. They can be a little bit melodramatic. Aquarius is opposing that. It's more about the collective. It's more cool. It's more detached. It is not known for its childlike qualities. And so it's this sort of like Leo is the sign of nobility of the king, and then and then Aquarius is like the collective, the peasants, if you will. Although I wouldn't say peasants, but you know, for all intents and purposes, that's sort of the relationship between the two, right? Because Aquarius wants to do what's best for everyone around, kind of like Libra a little bit. They're not really thinking of themselves as themselves. They're thinking of themselves as a part of the group. And Leo is more going to be inclined to do what it wants to do, regardless of what the group wants. And so it's interesting because there's a lot of similarities between the two signs, even though how they go about those similarities are very different. Like, for example, you know, Aquarius is detached, and I think most Aquarius people abhor being even considered selfish or self-absorbed, but they are so independent. And try getting into an argument with one of them and you will see them cling on to their opinions and their ideals and be very selfish in those beliefs and be very fixed in those beliefs. And you'll start to see Leo qualities come out in them, sort of a childish, sophomoric way of not capitulating. Like, if you try to stomp on an Aquarius's independence or shut down their higher ideals of what a better humanity could be, ooh, get ready. And Leo can actually be pretty, can be wanting to really serve the collective, because Leo wants praise and attention and admiration. And of course you need another person to give you praise and attention and admiration. And, you know, sometimes you kind of have to do things you don't want to do to get that praise and attention and admiration. sometimes we will compromise our morals and our integrity so that we could get affection from the group, because not being accepted by the group is worse than death in a lot of ways. If you get shunned by the group, it's pretty terrible. And so, you kind of have to, Leos, they seem like they're really self-absorbed, but they're also really thinking about what other people think of them, So anyways, I was having a very hard time even speaking that. So I don't know if you other Leos are, did I mention I have a Leo moon and a Leo rising? I don't know. I'm so spacey right now. I don't know what is going on. So let's pull an oracle card and figure out what's going on with that. So I think Libra got this card as well. Yep. Yeah, Libra got that card as well. So this is the realization card in the Santa Muerte deck. I don't know if it wants to. There it goes. This card's interesting. I mentioned this in the Libra spread, but look at how she's holding the flower. It's coming up from the ground and it's right on her crown chakra, crown and third eye, blossom there. So there's an opening of these chakras up here for Leos, and that's not surprising because we're in this full moon energy, and full moons are usually a time when we can get very clear about something we might not have been clear about, because full moons illuminate the shadows. So, it's cool because realization is one of those things where it's kind of interesting because Libra and Leo are also, they're both nobility signs, and both of them got the same card. But so Leos are getting noticed for their work, just like Libras are. It might not be super loud yet. You might not be having an audience giving you applause or anything yet, but you're starting to get the first little rumblings of it. You're starting to have people notice you. And, I think for a lot of people that have a lot Leo heavy in their chart, it's been kind of tough. We had that North Node, South Node. We had North Node in Leo and South Node in Aquarius for about a year and a half. And now it's in Cancer. But during that time, it was some pretty heavy purging for Leos and Aquarius. It was a rough time. And I think that July was hard for everyone. July was pretty tough for everyone. If you're someone who has a Leo rising, then you had the eclipse, you had the solar eclipse in your 12th house, which is a pretty heavy duty house. It's the last house. It's the house of the subconscious. It's the house of dreams. It's the house of delusions and fantasies. It's the house of Pisces. And it's also endings. So we're really getting out of a very heavy karmic cycle, and we're finally seeing the fruits of all that heavy lifting that Leos were doing over the last few years, actually. And, I think we really are starting to find ourselves again. And I think that's a very good thing, because for a lot of Leos out there, there's going to be a lot of people who are jealous of you because you are the sun. And you've got to be really strong in who you are, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try to make you feel insecure. And they're really just projecting their own insecurity onto you. So it's going to be very vital during this time while we are in Leo season, and Leos are feeling the full effect of this Leo energy. And we also have a Venus star point, which I just found out about recently, and I will link the video down below about Venus star points. But we're in a very potent time. Venus star points only happen about once every 8 months, and Venus makes this conjunction to the sun in only 5 different signs, and Leo is one of them. So not only do we have a full moon right now, but then we have this Venus star point going on. So Leos are going through a heavy power up. You got like the universe is just blasting energy to Leos right now to wake up and really be fully in yourself. Not to mention we just got out of this like Lionsgate portal, but you know that happens every year. On August 8th. So Leos are definitely going through, it's a good thing. That makes sense why I was so giggly, you know, and I think for Leos watching, kind of what I'm picking up on is I think you guys are getting a little bit of shade, and it's funny, which is good. Which is really good. I'm glad that I'm feeling like it's not getting to you personally, which is what I was feeling for the Libra reading as well. That people might be talking. There's some people that are talking you up, and it's great. And then there's other people who are clearly salty. And I think the saltiness is kind of funny. And whatever, you know, the realization card's interesting because you're right there on, like, you're really close to the precipice, or no, you're really close to being beyond the precipice. You're just about to really start to reap what you sowed, and hopefully you sowed some really good stuff. What I'm tuning into is, yeah, you did. And if it's been kind of tough, either your money's been funny, or you're getting passed up for promotions at work, or man, it's like who you are is just offending everyone because people are saying that you're just, you know, too loud, too dramatic, too whatever. You know what? It's pretty much done. When is it going to be done? You know, I'm thinking kind of what I'm picking up on is Virgo season. There's definitely, I think fire signs are feeling a little bit manic right now. And so Virgo season will really kind of balance things out. We can take all these really cool ideas we've been getting and start to ground them out. But I think around Sagittarius season, it's going to be a really good time for Leos. You know, we'll be in different fire sign energy, and it'll be trining Leos. And I think that's when a lot of the really crazy blessings are going to happen. But I think there's going to be blessings right now. But the thing with the 30 card, so the thing with this card is that you're just there. You haven't quite gotten the harvest yet, but that's okay because it's coming. You know it's coming. And that's how it was with Libra. And right in time, there's a cat because we're doing Leo stuff. Look at that little angel. Okay. So let's I'm gonna put her down because she's upset. she'll get all up in my face while I'm doing this reading, and it'll just be really obnoxious. And look, she's up here again. Here I am, surrounded by cats. God, I feel so good tuning into us. I'm like I'm either losing my mind or no, because that means I would have had to have had a mind to begin with. I think this is just really good energy. Okay, I'm shuffling the Wild Unknown Oracle deck, and I'm going to get some more. Cat, you have got to stop. I love you, but not right now. So I'm doing the Wild Unknown Oracle deck. She just doesn't listen to me. That's how cats are. She's back up here again. Wild Unknown, shuffling. She's trying to figure out a way to get in my lap. By going, did you just see the tail? Yeah, so she's going over there. So she's going to try to infiltrate through this other way. Like, I can't see her. Oh my God. You're making this so hard to do this reading. Why? Oh my goodness. She's just like everywhere. God, okay. Good times. Good times. Okay. So I want to get some more details about this card. And see what's going on. Maybe we can get some information about what this harvest is gonna be, huh? And this is like so hard to shuffle with a cat in my lap. Okay, you know what? You gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babe. No. No, no, no. No, stop. Okay, first card is Daughter of Cups in reverse. So, I think you guys getting in touch with your feminine sides. I think you guys are finally doing some self-care. I think you guys are being very kind to yourself right now, which is really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think if there was Leos out there watching this and they were criticizing themselves for a while, you might have felt a shift, and that could be because we have this very potent Venus in the sign of Leo, and that's why we're really kind of, it's interesting because a Venus Leo is more masculine in nature, but it's still Venus, and so it's bringing out these very feminine qualities in us right now. Tons of creativity, right? Like if you know there's a Leo watching and you're having just tons of ideas coming, that makes a whole lot of sense. And I think there isn't a whole lot of criticism to these ideas. Like it's not like you're getting an idea and you're like, that's stupid, I'm not going to do that. There's a real childlike innocence going on right now. Like any idea is a good idea. And even if you're not going to do it, it's still fun to think about. There's none of this adult blah, 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 can't do that. That idea is not realistic. That's not practical. There's none of that going on. I think there's a whole lot of indulgence in what could be. And like I said, I think a lot of you Leos out there are actually doing self-care. You know, you're taking the baths and you're going on the nice walks and you're getting massages and you're just relaxing. You know, I think It's summer. You're going out. You're tanning. You're sunbathing. You're indulging a little bit. Father of Pentacles in reverse. And so, like this is a very grounded energy. Perhaps you guys are spending a lot of time with your family at this point. And that makes sense to me for a lot of Leos out there. If you've been running into people who are shady, it's been really making you value your family more. Unless your family sucks, and then I'm sorry about that. But whatever it is, there's a maturity with Leos right now, and that could be because that this strong sense of self is finally getting grounded. I think because there's validation coming for you guys. That's it's validation in terms of your skills, in terms of your creativity, in terms of how unique you are. And because it's not just something in your head, it's becoming more real, and you're finding more ways to take this who you are and make an impact in your world. And I think you're thinking about it in a way that's very, very mature. You're not just like, I want to be on TV because that's a good idea. It's like, no, maybe I should just kind of like volunteer somewhere. Maybe that might do it. Or, if I want to be on TV, I want to be famous. Well, then there's steps. There's steps to get there. And, I think you guys are actually enjoying the process of the slow building, the foundation, going step by step by step by step by step. Interesting. And then this card came out. So yeah, there's a real balanced energy with you guys. I think if you guys are having financial problems, maybe they're not completely in the clear yet, but at least your bills are paid. You might be eating ramen every night, but that's okay. At least your bills are paid. Rent's taken care of, the car payments taken care of. And it's not just something you feel internally. It's not just like an internal piece. It's like externally, the relationships are harmonious. The money's harmonious. Then you're also getting the validation from your peers and your superiors too. And also, it's interesting, this butterfly, you had to have gone out of a cocoon, right, to be a butterfly. So I'm kind of picking up on that too. There's this spreading of these wings. You guys are out of the cocoon you were in. And good, man. You're a Leo. The whole point of being a Leo is to shine your light. Ooh, and look at that. 10 of Wands. So this is a completion phase. And look at all those wands. You guys might be having a lot of responsibilities dumped on you right now because of people seeing you. You know what I mean? It's like they know you can get shit done. So now they're relying on you to get shit done. And it could be a little bit of a burden. This could also be explaining all this Leo energy going on right now. It's adding to this completion of this karmic cycle. And I really do think this full moon and this Venus star point is the completion of that North Node transit. I think now we're finally done. Like now it's done for Leos. Now there's this, now Leos are like leveling up right now. Pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, regardless, you guys are done. And I did not mute this phone. So I'm going to do that because God forbid it rang during one of the readings. That would be really awful. So let's see what else is up. Ooh, interesting. So death in reverse again, like what I was saying, you guys are done. You guys are shedding that old identity, that old identity where people were trying to make you small and make you dim your light. Yep. Oh, interesting. The Daughter of Swords in reverse. So this could be representing a Gemini Aquarius Libra, or someone else who's very communicative, very observant, very, very, very detail oriented. Feeling like a Virgo on this one. Maybe a Virgo's coming into your life and helping you out. Maybe you guys are partnering up at work, but I'm really feeling like whoever this person is, they've really got your back. They might be younger than you. If they're not younger than you, then they've got a childish quality to them, but they're very observant, they're very practical, and they're very, the Daughter of Swords is super observant of details that people miss. So if this is representing someone if someone has come and this feels like it's a new person, like it's a new person at work, or it's a person coming in if you haven't met them yet, and it could be a sibling, could be a sister, and if it is like a younger sister type, start taking them a little bit more seriously. Don't shoot down what they're saying just because they're younger than you. They're very observant and very aware and smart. Their mind works very, very quickly. So could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Really feeling Virgo on that one. So interesting. So Temperance, card of Sagittarius, also the card of peace and balance and patience. And this is a major arcana card. So 2 major arcana cards have come up so far. And Temperance is coming upright. So this is kind of like what I was saying before. There's a real peacefulness going on in Leo's lives right now. Even though there's a lot of activity, it's not aggressive. It's passionate, it's fiery, but it's not aggressive at all. And if other people are being aggressive around you, you're certainly not getting involved in it. But I don't pick up on the fact that I think there's some Leos out there that are even like looking at their life and being like, this is really weird. Like, why isn't there an argument, or why isn't there chaos, or what's going on? Because there's been this, you guys have been used to having things a certain way for so long, and having this space of patience and peace it might be kind of weird. Yeah, I'm really picking that up because the Death card so far is at the middle of the spread, and it's reverse. So you guys are going through this. It's an internal death. It's not an actual like literal physical death in your life. It's a death of a mindset, a belief, but I'm really feeling like an identity. I think there's a lot of people in Leo's lives right now who thought they didn't know how powerful you were. They didn't know how many skills you had that you weren't really putting out there. You know what I mean? And perhaps like you didn't even know. It's one of those things where like you don't even know what you're capable of until you're going out and doing it. I think it's like that too. Like you guys have been like pushed so much, and now that you're out there and doing the damn thing, there's this identity that's just been shed. And I don't even think it was anything you guys were like actively trying to do. It just kind of happened. It's just like one day you woke up and you're like, oh my God, I'm manager. What just happened here? I'm really kind of getting that vibe. Or, all of a sudden your parents are asking you for advice and you're like, what? What weird bizarro world have I woken up in? You know, what is going on here? So, Seven of Cups in reverse. You know, this, I don't know if this camera wants to, there it goes. So Seven of Cups in reverse can be a little cloudy and a little spacey because there's a lot of different cups to choose from. There's a lot of different options. And when you have too many options, it's hard to be decisive about any of them. And when I was tuning into your guys' energy, I was really giggly and spacey and kind of like, even right now, I'm having a hard time thinking. You know, my mind is kind of slowed down a little bit. And so this could be because we're in this full moon energy. It's interesting because this is in reverse. And so this moon is down below and the sun is up there. See, normally this card would be like that, right? But kind of what I'm feeling is this is sort of representing this full moon here, that complete illumination going on. And at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know if you've ever driven during a really foggy day. I live in the valley, and so if you drive in the morning, it can get so foggy you can't even see like 15, 20 feet in front of you. And you can see the light through the fog, but it's not like it cuts the fog really. You know, it's still like you still kind of have to keep driving and then hoping you get out of the fog, and your headlights can kind of show you what's going on in the street, but only a little bit in front of you. You still can't see too far ahead. And then when you finally get out of the fog, it's like, oh, thank God, now I can finally see. Yeah. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit of a fog until the full moon passes. Next week will be better. Next week, Mars is going to go into Virgo, and I think that's going to be actually kind of welcomed because we have Mercury, the Sun, Venus, and Mars in Leo. And I think that's like, it's a lot. It's a lot of Leo energy. It can be a little bit overwhelming. And so we have the Three of Pentacles upright. So I think you guys know that you're not out of the woodwork yet. There's still quite a bit of work to do. There's still a mountain to climb. But you're happy to be climbing the mountain. It's not a bad thing. And you're feeling really grounded and peaceful about climbing this mountain. It's a lot more fun to undertake something knowing that there's no way you can fail. That's kind of how I'm viewing this. And also, you know, you're not alone in scaling this mountain. You know, there's 3 coins down there. You know, you've got a group supporting you going up this mountain. So not bad. And then last card I'm drawing is the Four of Cups upright. So, you know, although there's abundance happening in your life, it's kind of flowing in slowly. And I think because you guys aren't completely done with this death process, I think the full moon is really gonna, you know, really, I think it's going to be very, very powerful. And I think that, you know, that card when the Four of Cups always comes up, it's always warning to not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare your path to someone else's. You are on your own journey, and your own journey is special and unique to you, and you can't rush it. And it doesn't, if you're at a place in your life that you feel like you're falling behind, don't feel that way, because you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next year. You really just don't know. And at the bottom of the deck, I can't make this up, is the Star card. Card of Aquarius. So if that ain't describing the full moon, I don't know what is. So, potent full moon, guys. Make sure to ground. I've been telling the other signs, right? If your fears are coming up right now, write them down on a piece of paper. Start, whenever it comes up, write it down on a piece of paper and then burn it. Burn it so there's nothing left. And do that either tonight or tomorrow. This cat wants to be up here again. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about that one. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can just click I think it's a bell icon, right? Tuning into your guys' energy. I can't think of anything right now. But yeah, like and subscribe. I'll be posting more readings, more astrology stuff. And if you want a personal reading, you can head on over to my website at www.spiritsvessel.com, and I will link the website down below along with the Venus Star Point video. All right, that's it. Have a good one, guys.